Good morning, boys and girls. How are you today? We're going to get started with our Language Arts e-learning lesson for Monday, March 30th. What I'm going to be doing in grammar now is to go back and do a review of different things that we have covered so far this year. And I'd like you today to go to page 58 in your English textbook, and we're going to get started with simple subjects. That's page 58. And if you take a look at the top of the page, it says the simple subject is the main word or words in the complete subject. It tells whom or what the sentence is about. Remember that your subject is always going to tell you who or what the sentence is about. The first activity on this page is to choose a simple subject from the words in the box to complete each sentence. And then it says to write each sentence, which isn't necessary. You're just going to follow along with me. You don't need to write anything here. So we take a look at the example. Blank hiked in the Grand Canyon. You would ask yourself who or what hiked in the Grand Canyon. And looking through your answer choices, of course, you can see it's Uncle Larry. So Uncle Larry hiked in the Grand Canyon. Again, your answer choices are in the blue box to the right. Number 1, his 2-day blank was exciting. So what was it that was exciting? What was it that lasted for 2 days? His 2-day trip was exciting. I'm just going to write it here next to it. Let me just move this over so you can see that a little bit better. Okay, so his 2-day trip was exciting. Number 2, and blank flew above him. Now another clue is that article and, which lets you know that next word needs to begin with a vowel sound. And blank flew above him. Your answer would be eagle. Number 3, noisy blank of wildlife filled the night. Noisy what filled the night? Again, looking at your answer choices, noisy sounds. Number 4, the blank was carved out by the Colorado River. What was it that was carved out by the Colorado River? Looking at your answer choices, you have Grand Canyon and rocks left. Okay, and again, you have the blank was. So with that verb was, you know you need a singular noun. So we have the Grand Canyon was carved out by the Colorado River. And then number 5, the blank in the Grand Canyon are very colorful. Again, that verb are lets us know that we're looking for a plural noun. So the rocks in the Grand Canyon. Okay, so all of the words that we have filled in, everything that we filled in on those blanks are nouns, and they are the subject of the sentence. Okay, let's take a look in the second section. It says that the complete subject is underlined in each sentence. Copy each complete subject and then underline the simple subject. But we just need to take a look. We're going to look at the complete subject and then decide what the simple subject is. Remember, the complete subject may include some adjectives, some describing words that describe who or what the sentence is about. Let's take a look at the example. My family went camping in Acadia National Park. Notice that what is underlined is my family. That is the complete subject. The simple subject would simply be family. Okay? Family would be the simple subject. My is sort of describing whose family. It's my family, so we're using that pronoun my. Okay? But family is the simple subject. Remember that when we're doing simple subjects, we're looking usually for one, or maybe it could be 2 or more words if it's a name that has more than one part to it. But usually you're looking for just that one simple word, the simple subject. Number 6 says, Acadia National Park is on Mount Desert Island in Maine. Now, what is underlined is the complete subject, Acadia National Park. And again, we're looking for the simple subject. So who or what is on Mount Desert Island in Maine? In this case, we would just simply say Acadia National Park. So even though it's the complete subject, really it is also the simple subject because it's the name of the park. It is the name of the park. If we simply chose park as the answer, we're not finding out which park. And since we're specifically told which park, we need to use the name of the park. So in this case, Acadia National Park is both the simple subject as well as the complete subject. Number 7, the island has 17 peaks. What is underlined is the island, but the simple subject would simply be island. Okay, the is an article. And again, when we're looking for simple subject, we're really trying to get that one key word. Number 8, a long winding road goes to the top. So we have a long winding road. The simple subject is simply road. A long winding is describing the kind of road that it is, but the simple subject would be road. And number 9, the view at sunrise is beautiful. The complete subject is the view at sunrise. Now, the simple subject, who or what are we talking about, is actually view. Okay, view is the simple subject. The is an article, and at sunrise simply is telling us what view we're talking about, the view that we see at sunrise. So view is the simple subject. And then number 10, everyone in my family got up early to see it. The complete subject is everyone in my family. The simple subject would be everyone. Everyone. In my family is a prepositional phrase. Now at this point you remember prepositional phrases. So the subject is not part of that prepositional phrase. Everyone got up early to see it. Okay, and then at the bottom of the page, write the complete subject of each sentence and then underline the simple subject. So again, let's just go through. We'll identify the complete subject and then underline the simple subject. So the example, Hoover Dam is considered a tall dam. Who or what is the sentence about? Hoover Dam. That is both the complete subject as well as the simple subject. Number 11, the walls of the dam are steep and very white. So who or what are we talking about in sentence number 11? Right, the walls of the dam. Okay, the walls of the dam. What we find out about the walls of the dam is that they are steep and very white. So the walls of the dam is the complete subject. The simple subject would be walls. Okay, because that's what we're really talking about. We're really talking about walls, but by telling us that they're the walls of the dam, it makes it more specific. Okay, number 12. The clear water is bright blue against the white walls. And take a look at that. And what is the complete subject? Correct. It would be the clear water, because that we're talking about. And then the rest of the sentence tells us more information about the clear water. The clear water is bright blue against the white walls. But now we want to look for the simple subject in that complete subject, the clear water. So what is the simple subject? Water. The and clear are just helping to describe the water. Sentence 13. Aunt Alice sent us a picture of the dam. Who or what is the sentence about? We're talking about Aunt Alice. The rest of the sentence just simply tells us what she did. Now in this case, Aunt Alice is also the simple subject because there are no other adjectives or anything else that's being used there to describe Aunt Alice. So Aunt Alice is simply both the simple subject and the complete subject. Number 14. Number 14. This huge dam controls the Colorado River. Who or what are we talking about in this sentence? The huge dam. Then we want to look more specifically for the simple subject. Try and get down to that one key word. Okay, what are we talking about? The dam. This and huge is simply describing it. Number 15. Towns in a wide area are provided with electric power. Who or what is this sentence about? Towns in a wide area. Right? What about them? They're provided with electric power. So now we want to get that complete subject down to that one key word. Towns in a wide area. So what is it that we're really talking about? We're really talking about the towns. In a wide area is just simply letting us know that the towns are covering a large area, not just one town, but a lot of towns in different places. And number 16, Aunt Alice's trip to the Hoover Dam was very interesting. What are we talking about in this sentence? Aunt Alice's trip to the Hoover Dam. What about it? It was very interesting. What is the simple subject? Again, trying to get it down to that one or two key words. So what is it that we're talking about here? The trip. Okay, it was the trip that was very interesting. And that's what you need to ask yourself. That's a really good sentence to use as an example. Aunt Alice's trip to the Hoover Dam was very interesting. Okay, remember that your predicate always starts with a verb. And so if you can identify the predicate, then you can look to see the subject that is before the predicate or before the verb. Because remember, in the sentence that we are covering in our examples here, we have the subject coming before the predicate. So here we have Aunt Alice's trip to the Hoover Dam was very interesting. Okay, so once we can identify the verb being was, then we know that the complete subject comes before that, and it's Aunt Alice's trip to the Hoover Dam. But then more specifically, what is it we're really talking about? We're really talking about the trip. Okay, that the rest is sort of that extra information. Who's Aunt Alice's trip? The trip where? To the Hoover Dam. Okay, but down to that simple subject, it's the trip. The trip was very interesting. Okay, good job with that. Also, what I need you to do later on is to go to your English workbook and go to page 8. On page 8, you have simple subjects. And the first page, the directions tell you to underline the simple subject of each sentence. All you need to do is to identify the simple subject in each sentence. So remember, each time you're going to be asking yourself, who or what is this sentence about? Then in the second part, it says to complete this Everglades food chain, write the simple subjects in the numbered blanks below. So whatever you underlined in sentence number 1 as your simple subject, you will then fill in here on blank number 1. In sentence 2, whatever you underlined as your simple subject there, you will then fill in blank number 2 here, and so on. And then there's a third part, a writing part. You are spending 5 days in the land of Zog. There are beautiful plants and strange animals. Each day you see something new and different. Write a sentence for each day, describing a sight you have seen. Underline the simple subject of each sentence. So on a separate piece of paper, you need to write 5 sentences. You should have 1 sentence for each day that you spend in the land of Zog. Remember that here in the land of Zog, there are beautiful plants and lots of strange animals. So you can have fun with it and be creative with what you're writing. But again, you want to make sure that you're writing complete sentences and that you're writing them correctly and that they make sense. They can be a little silly, but they do need to make sense and be grammatically correct. And what you're writing about is describing a sight that you have seen on each day. Then you need to go back and simply underline the simple subject of each sentence. Okay, again, if you have any trouble with that, reach out to me and let me know, and I'll be happy to help you with it. That completes the grammar lesson for today. The rest of language arts that you need to work on for today would include spelling. In spelling, you'll need to go to Spelling City today. And what I need you to do is to take a practice test for lesson 24. Okay, take a practice test for lesson 24. What I need you to do is I need you to act as though this is your pre-test. So I don't want you to look at the list before you take the test. I know the list will kind of pop up once you go into Spelling City, but then I want you to immediately click on practice test. Again, be honest with yourself, take the practice test, see how you do. And of course, it'll show you which words you really need to focus more attention on this week. Okay, so you're going to complete today's practice test as if it was a pre-test. And then after that, you do have pages 93 and 94 to complete in your workbook. Okay, and we will be working on Spelling City the rest of the week as well. For reading, today you will be reading chapter 5 in Yellow Fever. And I need you to answer questions numbers 1, 2, and 3. I also just want to mention once again that you need to always be answering incomplete sentences. That has not changed. I will be looking for that. That's a given, and you know that it needs to be complete sentences all the time unless you are filling in the blank or you're asked to make a list of some sort. Otherwise, you answer incomplete sentences. Don't forget, you're still expected to spend 20 to 30 minutes today and every day reading your AR book. And you know that you can access AR from home now. Really wise today is the closure worksheet for lesson 9. And tomorrow will be the test for lesson 9. Okay, again, anything that you're working on today you need help with or you have questions, please make sure that you reach out to me so that I can help you with that. Okay, see you later. Bye.